What's going on, everyone? It's Steve Larsen, and this is Sales Funnel Radio. Today we're going to talk about designing marketing.
I've spent the last 4 years learning from the most brilliant marketers today. And now I've left my 9-to-5 to take the plunge and build my $1 million business. The real question is, how will I do it without VC funding or debt, completely from scratch? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my online business, using only today's best internet sales funnels. My name is Steve Larsen, and welcome to Sales Funnel Radio.
All right, guys. Hey, so a lot of you guys know that I started working for Russell Brunson about 2 years ago, and I was there for about 2 years. Actually, wow, it's crazy. Time's really hauling along. That was over 2 years ago. And anyway, I've been on my own now since the beginning of the year. And something really interesting happened though. And I don't know, it was about so I literally would sit right next to him, right? My desk was like this far away from him, right? And so I was sitting there and I would listen to him coach and talk with and teach his inner circle. And then I would listen to him give advice, and talk to these other massive gurus and all these other people that are just really big individuals, very influential people, right? But then also all these entrepreneurs are just starting out. And what's funny is after a while, after about like 3-4 months, I turned around to him one day after he got off the phone with someone, and I turned around and I was like, hey, I go, dude, you're kind of saying the same thing over and over again. And he goes, yeah. I was like, I mean, I guess so I mean, that's fine, totally. I was like, what if if you're an expert over your thing, usually you individually like to deep dive on it. You like to go nuts with it, right? You like to go so deep. But the problem is, a lot of times who you're serving can't go that deep with you, right? They don't freak out and geek out the way you do over your thing, the way you do. And so I was like, dude, what if we were to create like this, we had the idea, like, what if we were to create this thing that was in between you and all these people, so that instead of like taking them from the ground all the way up, you're taking them just from like here, even further up. And he's like, anyway, we decided that would be super cool. And so what we did is we decided that we would put together, I spent like 6 months going through 12 years of Russell's videos and all of his content and all the stuff that he does and all. I mean, this is crazy stuff, right? I mean, and what I started doing is, okay, if we're gonna make $1 million company, right, we have to do this, which means first we need to do this, which means first you should watch this video and read these pages, and then you should be able to do this output. Okay, what next? Then you should be able to do this, then you should be able to do that, then you should do that, right? And I backwards planned and organized his content, and it ended up being like this 200-hour membership area. I mean, it was like freaking huge, but it was cool. So we go out and we launched this thing. It made $1 million in 3 weeks, and it was really, really fun to go toss that stuff out there. And what was super, even more fun is like, several people became millionaires. They brought in $1 million anyway from that course. Lots of people became 100,000aires, which is pretty good, right? And then lots of people made money for the first time in their entire life, right? As an entrepreneur or on the internet because of it. It was like, this is crazy. It's super cool, right? And that's how Secrets Masterclass was born. Well, I don't know. It was like it was right before this last Funnel Hacking Live, right, over in Orlando, Florida, right? Over in Funnel Hacking Live, a little bit before, Russell goes, he told me, this is all leading to an area, okay? Just follow me for a second, okay? I'm bringing you somewhere. Russell was like, hey, dude, do you want to get on Funnel Hacking Live stage and teach something for, 10, 15 minutes? I said, yes, absolutely, right? And I went over on time. I shouldn't have done it. But the task was to take this members area, like 200 hours of stuff, right? This 3-day event we were doing called the Funnel Hackathon event, the FAT event, okay? And compress it into a 15-minute presentation. What? I mean, it was crazy. It took me literally the entire night. I was up, I started at like 4 p.m. and I was up till almost 5 a.m. on a 15-minute presentation. And it's because the challenge was, I originally had to go and take 12 years of stuff and shove it down to like this really, as condensed as I could get it, members area, right? And then take that down to a 3-day event, and then take that down to a 15-minute presentation, all the stuff that he does and teaches. And it was challenging, you guys. I mean, it was, oh my gosh, massive brain jog, but my head's kind of geared towards that stuff. And so anyway, so I did it, and it was a lot of fun. right? And super cool. And I was like, at first I was like, I don't think I can condense this down to 15 minutes. And I condensed it down. I got down to 15 minutes. I went 17. Actually, I think he asked for only 10 and I went 17. Sorry, Russell. Anyway, so I went and I started putting all those things together, right? And I went into the presentation. Well, a little bit later, I wanted to start doing my own event where I would teach some of these things also, but in a very condensed setting, right? Not to take out important details, but to simplify the way it's taught, okay? And so what I started doing was, it took me again, like probably another solid full night. And I just started going through and I started condensing down again, right? All these concepts. See, the problem is this. Let's say that I'm a brand new entrepreneur. And tell me, you most likely have been through this before, right? I'm sure that you have, right? Tell me in the comments. I'm sure that you've been through this before. You decide, oh my gosh, I'm going to go sell something. And so the first thing that you go do, number one, you go out and you find a product that is selling well. That's smart. That makes sense. You go out and you start selling, you find a product, and then you just kind of toss it out there and just kind of hope that people start buying it. We've all been there. I've done that before. And that's literally the extent of the planning that you create as the marketer and entrepreneur. And then we get shocked why no one's buying it. Right? There's no other planning that goes behind it. We don't do any other aspect. There's no other aspect. There's no other piece to it. Right? And so what I started doing was I encourage everyone, right? If this is the first episode you've ever watched with mine, right? If you go back just a little bit ago, you'll see the order that I launched my stuff in. Okay? And why it's so secure. A little bit more work up front, quite secure launches, okay? That go well, okay? And make money. And serve the entrepreneur and the customer, right? And there's ease behind it. Anyway, so what I started doing was I was like, okay, we need to go through and we've got to start creating the marketing and designing the marketing before we freaking launch the product. And people look at that now, they're like, well, duh. Like, okay, but how many of you guys actually do it? Okay. Now first, just real quick, because I want to show you guys something here that's actually really, really cool. I'm just pumped about it, and this is the reason I'm sharing with it right now, okay? But one of the things that I started doing that's super, super helpful, and it's really, really cool, is I started going through and, like, the whole funnel building thing, right? This is sales funnel radio. Before you even touch the funnel, like, get that out of your brain for a while. Just push it way back, okay? The first thing we need to go do is we have to start figuring out, again, what's selling and where. We got to figure out the story that actually sells those existing products, right? We're figuring out we're deconstructing the red ocean. If I can figure out what the red ocean is, if I can figure out what their offer is, and I can figure out what the actual message is that's selling it, that's all funnel hacking is. It has so much less to do with pages and what color is the button. The button is on the right. It's a green button. Yeah, on a page level, sure, that's great. But on an actual market level, red oceans, the only thing you do with funnel hacking, with red oceans, all you're trying to figure out is what's the current offer that people are convinced they should be paying money for, and what's the sales message that gets them to do that. That's it. That's all funnel hacking is. If I know those two things, I know pretty much everything I need to do in order to create a new opportunity. I know exactly where I'm coming from, right? Then I go design my new opportunity, and then I go create my actual funnels, right? Then I go obsess on them. My current funnel right now, that's what this, right back there. My current funnel right now, it doesn't, it's like really broken. Like really. And every time I say it to somebody, they're always like, what? Why is your funnel broken, man? Like, you were the lead funnel builder, ClickFunnels, right? Like I did almost 500 funnels while I was over there. Like, are you kidding? Why is your one funnel like limping along? And it's because I don't care yet, okay? The thing to obsess over at the beginning is first the sales message. If I can get the sales message to a point where somebody stands up, they're so excited, they take their wallet and they like, whoosh, and they go and they hurl it out at me. Now I know I can go obsess over the fulfillment of the offer. And once I know my sales message is good and my fulfillment of the offer is great, then I freak out over all the bells and whistles on the funnel, okay? Obviously I create a really rough draft of the funnel in order to sell the thing, but I don't obsess over it. I mean, right now my funnel's limping on one leg. I know it is. Okay, there's lots of stuff that's wrong with it. I know there is, but if I don't want to shift focus, that stuff doesn't matter. That's not the stuff that makes the sale. The stuff that makes the sale is, go figure, the sales message, right? Which means I can stand up and I can actually just deliver the sales message and people will still want to give me cash. It has nothing to do with being online or offline. It has everything to do with the sales message that gets cash in your hand, right? And then you give them just what they bought, okay? Just that. That's it. The act of putting something on the internet, right? It's just that, but it's not the funnel. It's not the business. It's not right. It's just a way to do it. It's a method. Okay. Anyway, so what I started doing, I don't know how I got on that rant. Okay, what I started doing though is I decided I would spend a night distilling down again. How can I make this as simple as possible? How do I make it so someone doesn't have to go through 200 hours of content in order to actually understand and design their marketing? Okay, real quick. What's the difference between marketing and sales? Marketing and sales. I remember I was riding my bike home one day because we didn't have enough money for another car. Right, this was probably 5 years ago. I was riding my bike home, and I was like mad. I was like, Steven, dude. I was talking to myself. I was like, self, why are you not making cash? Right? I was like, I'm listening to this guy's business, and I was like, man, I know exactly how I'd fix that. I'm listening to this guy's business, man, I know exactly how I would fix that. And for some reason, at that moment, I realized that there was this huge difference. This is going to sound funny to a lot of you guys who already know this. But I was like, it had never occurred to me until that point that there was a big difference between marketing and sales. I always thought they're the exact same thing. And when I learned the difference, my wallet got a lot fatter. Okay? Marketing, I love how Joe Polish talks about it. Okay? Joe Polish talks about sales. Sales is an activity that happens face to face, right? It's a whole bunch of logical closes as to reasons why people should act now, right? It's 50% off, right? Buy one, get one free, right? You're gonna get this plus that, you get this, oh man, right? It's act now, right? Sales is just reasons why someone should act now. That's it. And it's usually face to face, right? Marketing though, marketing is how you get somebody to your face. Marketing is how someone comes in, right? Key point, marketing is how you get somebody to your face, not you going to them, right? Marketing is this act of getting people to you, attracting them to you, right? So then when they get to you, you close them. And what's cool is that the better at marketing that you are, the less hardcore sales tactics men you have to be, right? Anyway, just think about that. So what I started doing is started realizing like, wait a second, if I was to begin knowing that, if marketing is so powerful that the better I am at that, the less amazing I have to be at sales. Still be good at sales, right? Sales, in my opinion, is the most prestigious career out there, right? Sales is amazing. Makes everything turn around, go around. I think it's incredibly prestigious. Okay, but I'm a marketer, okay? I know how to sell, but I'm first a marketer, okay? And so I was like, man, okay, how can I help all of these business people? How can I help all these business owners with their marketing? So number one, what we do is we take people through it's a 2-pager that I ended up creating. And if you fill this thing out, right, basically what you'll be able to do is by the end of it, you will have designed your marketing that sells the offer and you'll have designed your offer. Okay, first you'll figure out the sales message that actually helps you figure out the offer. Okay, and then from there, then we'll go obsess over funnels. Then we'll go obsess. You know what's cool about this thing is after I went and created it, you guys are all gonna want it. I have to talk about this, huh? It's not available yet. I'm gonna do a little event on it first. I already have, but anyway, I want to do it again and help people face to face with it so I can keep ironing it out. But what's cool about it is that if you just go through this 2-pager real quick that I ended up creating, it will help design the marketing in such a way it doesn't matter what funnel you're making. You could be selling a book, a free plus shipping book offer. You could be doing e-com, retail, right? You could be doing B2B, right? Info products. I love info products. This is my favorite category, right? It doesn't matter what you're selling. Right? Marketing is marketing, right? Persuasion is persuasion, okay? It doesn't matter what you're selling out there. That's why this stuff is so powerful. I only put the things on this 2-page sheet, and gosh, that took me so long to make. Oh my gosh, and so long to distill down. You guys have no idea the journey it's taken for me to just output that 2-pager, okay? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so if you just do that 2-page sheet, it doesn't matter if you're selling face-to-face physically. It doesn't matter if you're selling on the internet. It doesn't matter where you're selling, how you're selling. Those are how persuasion will happen when speaking to the red ocean. And you're trying to get them to come out into a new opportunity. This is like the core stuff that I could ever imagine anyone would ever want ever, right? And this is the distilling down from the 12 years of Russell's content, right, down to my own stuff, all the way down to being able to teach it in about the fastest I can get through it while it's still being effective. I did it about 3 weeks ago and to my own event, was about 6 hours. but they fill out the front and the back, and then suddenly it was so cool. You can feel these things as a speaker. For those of you guys who speak a lot, you know what I'm talking about, right? You stand up and you can tell when the room is with you, and suddenly I could tell that person just got it. They got it. They got it. They got it. They got it. It was like, whew, oh man. Now it doesn't matter what kind of funnel I'm building. It doesn't matter. It's the same kind of process, whether it is free plus shipping book funnel, something low ticket, something high ticket, coaching, agency, doesn't matter, right? It's still the act of selling and putting things together, right? I have a marketing degree, you guys. We didn't do anything like this. I have no idea why. Like, I don't know what did we learn? You know, and I'm grateful that I went to college. I'm grateful that I got the degree. I really am. It gave me the opportunity and the environment to freak out and nerd out about this stuff. But geez, like, that stuff is so freaking powerful. So anyways, I'm probably gonna have an event soon. It'll be a lot of fun to go through and teach this with you guys. And what's cool is that, like, if you know you have a fantastic product and you've been selling it, but it's not selling the way you want it to, it's a marketing problem, okay? It's usually not a funnel problem, okay? That is a different thing, okay? It's usually a marketing problem that you have going on. And if you can sell it face to face, it means, you know, right? You're doing the sales part, right? You're selling face to face, which is great. You just have a marketing problem. You're not doing the things necessary to get them to you and qualify them in a way that makes the sale easy and a consistent source of leads coming on in, right? Which is a marketing problem. That's a marketing problem, like we were just talking about, okay? So anyways, I'm excited. I'll probably do an event on this sometime soon. My wife is due to have a kid in literally any day now. She keeps having contractions, and I'm like, is this it? No? Okay. Whew. And then I'll go to sleep like with an eye open. I'm like, is this it? No? Okay. So anyways, I don't know what it's going to be. This is our third kid, 3 girls, a lot of fun. Just an excuse for me to get more guns and rub my face in dirt. But anyway, so I'm really excited about it. It'll be a ton of fun to have another little kiddo here. But so sometime, probably in the next couple months, I want to have an event. I'm thinking maybe in August, where people can fly out and I will help them design their sales message, the story parts, and the offer in a way that attracts red ocean in a secured manner for both the entrepreneur and their wallets. Okay? And then it doesn't matter what funnel you're applying it to. It actually, in my mind, is the whole step before you ever even open ClickFunnels that most people skip. And like, for those of you guys who just log into ClickFunnels, I'm going to build something sweet, and you go log into ClickFunnels, you start typing stuff, like, how come it's not working? It's because, like, man, this is a whole other area you go and you attach to, right, before you open up something like ClickFunnels. The first funnel I ever built in ClickFunnels, we didn't have cash for that stuff, right? ClickFunnels, $97 a month or up to $297 a month. That was expensive for us at the time, right? And so I was like, how do we do this? I'm going to try and be like Robert Kiyosaki says and be resourceful when I don't have resources, right? And so what we did is, funny enough, it was actually something similar to this, but I didn't realize it at the time until like right this second. Now, we went through and we designed the funnel, we designed the offer, we designed the videos, what they're all going to say. We put everything together and in place before we ever pushed go on the 2-week trial. It was super funny. We basically designed it all out. We put everything together. We both, my buddy and I, we both kissed our wives goodbye for 2 weeks, and we clicked go on the 2-week trial at ClickFunnels. And basically, we buried ourselves and didn't come out until it was done. And I was like, we have to build the funnel and get sales where the customers will pay for ClickFunnels before ClickFunnels starts to bill us. And we did. That's exactly what happened. And as I think back through on every successful funnel I've ever had it's because I take the time to design the marketing before I ever go build the freaking thing, right? Every single time. And funny enough, that pattern has only continued. So anyways, I know it's kind of a rant today, but I hope that it was helpful for you to see that. If you've got products out there that are not doing like you want to, like, take a step back and figure out the marketing aspect better, right? The sales part, that typically is not, a lot of that's kind of copy and paste, right? To be completely honest with you, I'm not saying it's not amazing. Like, it's amazing, right? It should be. But logical reasons why you should act now, there's a whole bunch of reasons you could just pull from the ether, or even go look on other ads that are being successful right now and just go model the same thing, right? The marketing piece, though, you got to get into the psyche of the person who's leaving the red ocean. You got to get into the psyche of your prospective customers. And there's some isms to that. There's some some challenges behind that. So anyway, guys, I'm excited for all of you. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited. I freaking love what I do. I wake up every day and I can't wait till I get to do more of this stuff. Like, I am so obsessed with it. So anyway, hopefully you don't mind me continuing to share these lessons with you guys. Go ahead and do me a favor if you wouldn't mind, and please rate and subscribe to the podcast. It really, or leave a review. That'd be super helpful. It actually gets me going. I got my first 4-star review the other day, and I was laughing about it. Whatever. Anyways, guys, thanks so much, and appreciate it, and go crush it. As far as an actionable from this, I would take a step back and ask yourself, like, what is my marketing, right? Rather than what's my product, what's my marketing? And go dive deeply into that. And funny enough, your sales will start to get better. What? All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.
Boom. Thanks for listening. Hey, please remember to rate and subscribe. Hey, you want me to speak at your next event or mastermind? Let me know what I can share that would be most valuable by going to stevejlarsen.com and book my time now.